muting out now. Shit. Well, hello and welcome back to week 150. I'm here with Carney. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing way better. I am free of DPD and it's just fantastic. It is super fantastic. I have been away for far too long. It has been way too long. I want to get right back into it. So if you wouldn't mind, could you start us off, please?
Alrighty. So this week we are at week 150. Nice number. This week we have 12 plus fixes and improvements for the Null sector. The Null sector which got released last week
Yeah.
and which we have been playing as well, as you could have seen on my streams.
Yeah.
So we've got a bunch of fixes and improvements for the Null sector today after a shorter week here at Rocketworks. So we are currently at week 150. This is another milestone we are proud to achieve with you all.
Yeah. And I'm glad to be back. I really am.
Yeah, me too. We can finally get some co-op gameplay in again.
Yay! Missed it so badly.
I know, right?
No DPD anymore. So, yeah, no 5:30 starts in the morning.
Good. So, continuing the patch notes, we have released a Null sector last Friday, and as we mentioned in the post, we spent the start of this week at our company reorientation. This has meant that we have had less than 3 days this week to spend on the patch, so we have focused on fixes for the Null sector and improvements based on the feedback, as they already told us last week. So
yeah.
Now, if you missed the post last week, we do a full breakdown of the Null sector, and then is the link to, I believe, last week's patch notes.
Yeah, I'm going to be careful where I click around that because I don't want to click the link.
Now, the Null sector is a new hardcore region of the Prometheus map, which requires the New Frontiers expansion to play. If you have the New Frontiers expansion DLC, you automatically have the Null sector free of charge. But yeah, you do need the New Frontiers DLC if you wanna start Null sector missions yourself. However,
Yeah.
if you play in co-op, only the person starting the mission or the open world needs the DLC.
Yes,
As with all Icarus DLCs.
I of late have not been able to get round to getting that, so now I can.
You already had the New Frontiers DLC. It was part of the supporters edition.
Yeah, so I'll automatically have the expansion. I didn't get the Art Deco thing, is what I mean.
Ah, okay.
So this week we have notable fixes, if you please.
So we fixed some issues with the northern Prometheus Arctic regions, as some of the meshes were not brought across in the merge. This meant that there were large landscape meshes missing, and there were areas in which you basically could fall through the map.
Oh, we've done that before.
Yep. Usually, if you're on your mount and you fall through the map, you tend to lose your mount as well. So I'm glad I
Not
fixed those missing meshes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, we got to a point really, didn't we, where if you fell through the map, it would just respawn you back up on ground level.
Yeah, but not your mount.
Yeah, that's the downside.
We fixed an issue with Prometheus pre-built structure where the resource networks were incorrectly using the same ID in the database as player-placed ones. This meant that networks would break when loading prospects. Maybe this was the issue I had in my open world where I had to spend a couple of hours, literally hours, to redo the entire water and power network in my open world.
Ooh, ouch.
I know, right?
Oh my god, I would not have the fucking patience for that.
Look at it from the bright side. In the meantime, I have learned how to put wires down a tad neater, so the new power lines are less bendy and more straight corners and such. So at least there's that. But it was a pain to do because I couldn't disconnect a bench from the resource network. No, I had to pick up the bench and then click on the leftover puck to remove the old power line.
Oh god.
So it was a lot of work.
Yeah, having to do everything twice.
So
Yeah.
uh, maybe that was the issue with my open world as well. I don't know. I do know it's a pain if you have to do it. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
glad I fixed that. Um, this could be an interesting one. Added a details panel to the escape menu to show how many buildables, deployables and mounts are active in the prospect. This should help users identify potential issues with too many of X objects active in the prospect and why performance may be suffering.
Yeah, so instead of going, "Oh my god, I haven't got enough power. What did I just do? What's lost power?" Then you've got to find it and yeah,
More
decide whether
like,
or not you need a wind turbine or a battery for it.
no, it's more like, why is my prospect so slow? Now I can see how many building pieces do I have, how many benches, how many mounts,
Yeah,
and then say like, oh hey, I have like 100 mounts. Maybe I should like lay off some of those mounts in an attempt to regain some performance there.
yeah,
It's definitely going to be interesting to see some numbers there.
yeah. Okay. So they added the ability to change the sell amount by tens in the workshop when selling exotics.
So plus 10 instead of plus 1.
Yes, that'd be
How
good.
often do you sell exotics actually? But
I've
let
never
let's
sold
be.
any, so
Yeah. On the other hand, I do know Carl was doing way less gameplay than we do, especially than I do.
hmm
Uh, and at some point he was short on Ren. Then logging in on my open world, he got a nice exotics boost, so he could sell exotics for Ren.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Uh, Next one. Ensure that info text doesn't create a blank box in the Quest UI. Can't say I've seen this happen, but so also don't recall having seen this in Discord.
Okay.
Fix the bug where clicking empty container on containers that were not in the first storage slot in the character UI would cause it to not fill up until you moved it. I've done my fair share of empty container, especially when I was testing out the Larko Martinez heated canteen, and the thing was never in the first slot in my inventory, but I never had an issue filling it back up again.
Okay.
So I'm not sure when this bug happened. I
Okay.
don't recall having suffered from it though.
No, me either. They
Fixed.
fixed the
Yeah.
dark-toned Mount Tame preview images displaying incorrect iconography when bringing animals down from space via the OEI. This only applies to animals that are sent up to space after this fix.
I reckon this is then here you can send up your mounts and your tames, and then they show up in your space inventory. I reckon the icon there was a tad dark.
Okay.
Now, if you have such mounts or tames in your space inventory, bring them down, send them back up, and then they get the new fixed preview images.
Yeah. Okay. That good. Good. Fixed a bunch of the scanners appearing upside down in third person due to an incorrectly rotated prop bone in the scanner focusable. This has been fixed by creating a new anim with the correct rotation and offset for third person.
Well, I don't use scanners that often, and I tend to like keep them in one place. I'm not hunting for exotics. I have plenty of exotics anyway. And if I do carry a scanner on my back, if I'm walking, I'm always playing in first person mode. So I have never have this happen to me personally.
No. Can't say as I've seen it.
But hey, I'm glad I fixed it. It looks better.
Yeah, well, it would, yeah, kind of look a bit silly if you look at third person and suddenly you've got an upside down scanner on your back.
Exactly.
Okay,
Now for
next
the
one, if you.
headstone mission, we've added additional cleanup steps to clear quest objects if the quest is abandoned or otherwise ends without the final completion cleanup. Headstone is one of the new null sector missions, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very annoying if quest objects don't clear up properly. We have seen it in my solo open world, the Prometheus storyline quest,
Okay.
where I had to send up data and there was this endless stream of animals coming in. After I abandoned it, like the first time, it stopped working at some point, stopped transmitting, so I had to abandon the quest.
Okay.
Then the second time I came back, uh, it was a tad tough to actually hook it up proper to power. It stopped at like 40 or so percent and didn't upload no more either, so I had to abandon again. Then, after I abandoned it the second time, I went back to that location, and lo and behold, the data storage device was still there. And actually, there were two there on top of one another.
Oh, okay.
Hence the issue I had the second time connecting the power.
Yes.
And I had to restore the prospect from a backup from before I started this operation to get rid of those remaining quest objectives because
Okay.
I couldn't complete the quest anymore.
Yeah.
Luckily, I still had a backup from before I started the quest first time.
Yeah. Okay.
So apparently Headstone had kind of a similar issue. I'm very glad I fixed that because this is gonna log mission progress in your open world, and if you don't have a backup file from before you started operation,
You're
you're
screwed.
basically screwed because you can never complete that mission in that open world.
Yeah.
And especially it's a storyline storyline quest. Tough luck, mate. You cannot complete the storyline. So I'm very happy they
Fix that.
added additional cleanup steps here.
Okay.
They updated the flow meter, so when reloading prospects, it will not initialize and it will work correctly again. As of late, it went into like a in-between state between electric and water. You had to like switch it over for it to actually start working again. This was the same issue when they introduced the flow meter. The issue had been gone for a while,
Okay.
but now lately the issue has come back, and I'm not sure which during which update this was.
Okay.
I don't know. Might have had something to do with some kind of rework of the water network. I don't know.
Possibly.
I mean, it's not a problem. It's just slightly annoying.
Okay. And finally, they fixed the generators and the electric water pump not correctly displaying the relevant electricity and water consumption or provisions of.
I've never had an issue with the electric water pumps not showing how much water they provide, actually. And I've been doing a bit of checking of my power and water networks lately. So I don't recall having seen a problem with the electric water pump. Generator, on the other hand, I haven't used in ages.
Okay.
I mean, even in my null sector basis, I just work with solar panels and batteries. I'm not gonna fool around with hauling around generators. I know they are specifically made for this, especially like the after they changed the generators, made a big one and the small portable one.
Mm-hmm.
So you can bring that with you if you want to make a quick shelter in the null sector.
Yeah.
Uh, I haven't bothered with doing all those things. The only one I'm actually carrying around is a water tank. Especially in the ash lines, you're definitely gonna want one.
Okay.
But then I leave it in the ash lines when I go to the ice sheets, because there you don't need it no more.
Yeah.
But yeah, electric sorry, generators, I haven't used those in ages.
Okie dokie.
Anyway, next week, reinforced wood will be updated. Next week we'll continue with any more fixes for null sector that crop up, and we also add a new variation to the wood. We'll add a new variation, they say here, but reinforced wood they're talking about. Reinforced wood has been in the game for a while already, but it had the same mesh as normal wood.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way to tell those two apart is look at the durability of the building piece.
Yes.
I believe like 1k for the wood, and I don't know, 2.5k for the reinforced wood.
Mm-hmm.
1750, whatever, slightly more.
Okay.
So when they say here we add a new variant, being a reinforced wood, not entirely accurate.
Okay.
Reinforced wood will have brand new materials and requires beeswax in its creation. Already. It's already there, and you have to use beeswax. So it's visually distinct from its regular wood counterparts. Right now it is not. Hopefully next week it will.
Okay.
We previously did this with a reinforced glass tier. And yes, that one is definitely visually distinct from the normal glass.
Yeah, it is.
And we now thought it was time to do the same with the wood.
Yeah. Because you rebuilt my solo
Uh,
outpost
the upside
in
pyramid,
reinforced
and pyramid.
glass.
Actually, there is no real visual difference between that variant of the reinforced glass and the normal glass. That variant, by the way, you can no longer craft. It's still
Okay.
there. You can still
Okay.
use it. You
Yeah.
cannot craft it no more.
Okay.
There is a new type of reinforced glass now, which actually is visually different. Clearer glass, so it's easier to look outside, so I like it a lot.
Cool. Alrighty. Looks like I'll have to get you in to rebuild another pyramid in the new glass, and we'll see what the difference is.
You can do it yourself easily.
Yeah.
Just make reinforced glass panels and use your repair hammer to replace the old ones with the new ones.
Yep. Okay. Your support makes these updates possible. So we've got the pets bundle there where you get the creature comforts pack, the pet companions pack, and the zebra rescue mission. And the complete the set, which will give you everything you don't have if you have the base game.
And if you don't have the base game yet, it will even
Give you
add
that.
base game.
Yeah. So you get absolutely everything from
All the
start to finish.
outposts, all the extra DLCs, everything.
Yeah. And that brings us to this week's changelog. So the new content is basically about
All three items we already talked
yeah,
about. The
the
headstone, it's
mission.
some cleanup steps.
Yeah,
Sell exotics, you can now increase the amount by 10.
yeah.
And the details panel in the escape menu show the number of buildables, deployables, and mounts active.
uh, Okay. So we have the things that have been fixed. They have removed some unnecessary blueprint array copying that was causing infinite loops to trigger in editor. Well, kind
So
of that.
not something we would notice. It's more like the editors are more for the devs.
Yeah. Um, but there you go. They fixed that, so good for them. Do you want to read that one out?
So added a fix for existing spline resource networks becoming broken or disconnected when starting some of the null sector missions. Spline networks that are loaded in at runtime via pre-built mission structures now check for network ID collisions, i.e. This network ID is it already in use, and
Mm-hmm.
will automatically adjust set ID in the database. Previously, pre-built structure networks would reuse their original IDs, but it's always the same ID. But it did mean that if existing networks, player built ones, had the same IDs, those would be overridden, resulting in incorrectly merged networks and splines being disconnected or deleted. It definitely sounds like the issue I had.
Yeah. Okay.
Generator and electric water pump not showing the electricity and water consumption provisions we have already talked about.
Yeah. The floor.
Floor torch mesh has been replaced with a new combined mesh. Shadowcasting is turned off to avoid visible noise. Visual noise. Visible noise. This morning I put Red Bull in my Senseo. Now I can see noises.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of a misnomer there, isn't it?
Exactly.
Just a little bit, So
Floor torches now apparently have a new mesh, and they automatically have shadowcasting turned off for them. Okay.
okay.
Deploy audio for animal crates have been adjusted. Large animal crate open audio has gained some more weight, so it sounds like a large crate being opened instead of a small one.
Yeah. Okay.
Adding the audio and events for both a large and a medium crates. And they were added last week.
Okay.
Deleted a revisions file from Outpost 001 folder that has been retired, so cleaning of the local files, always nice.
Yeah. That speeds stuff up.
Updated flow meter order of reloading network to prevent multiple settings of network type on a restart. So slightly faster on restart.
Okay.
Second Arctic area on Blue Quad Prometheus has been rebuilt. I reckon this has to do with the missing meshes in the northern part of the ice sheets.
Okay.
Moved floating macro meshes down in the same area, the Blue Quad on Prometheus.
So maybe they're not floating
So
anymore.
exactly, now they're on the ground. And basically rebuilt the entire Arctic area.
Okay.
Removed profiling from null sector audio testing. Again, this is not something we should notice.
Okay.
Now we come into, is this a fix? Is this future content? Well, it's a fix for future content. Adding
Yeah.
base setup for the Golem Gauntlet and the Slug Launcher legendary weapons to test out the new base poses for these weapons types. The Gauntlet needs some bespoke hookup, as it's a different approach to equipping weapons. So it just has a placeholder blueprint at the moment. Respective animations, etc. are added and hooked up. But this is like a fix for some future content. We have seen these mentioned in future content multiple times already.
Okay. The
Fix bugs,
scanner 3D
mentioned
upside down
scanners,
thing. We spoke about that above.
the Dark Mountain and Tame preview images we've talked about. Ensure info text doesn't create blank box in question UI. I still don't know what they mean here. So next. Optimized mining drill logic that would become significantly more expensive when the drill was powered and inventory was full. Oh, cool. So they now optimize it. So if the drill is full, it'll and still powered, it'll create less. It'll consume less processing cycles.
Okay.
Consume less processing resources, CPU resources. Good.
Okay.
Fix a bug where if you scroll over empty slots, it will stop allowing you to scroll. Yeah, I rarely have
I've
empty
had
slots in my
that.
hotbar.
It was really early on, so I remember having that.
I've not encountered this myself, but then again, like I said, I rarely have empty slots on my hotbar.
Yeah, me too. Well, I maybe have one that I can interchange, like from a scythe to a hammer or something.
Yeah, but I have a couple of slots which have like dual purpose indeed, either a tool or a weapon, but
Yeah.
it's never empty. There's always something in.
Okay.
Fix a bug with the new atmosphere controller settings where the weatherman utility widget was not able to set the time correctly. Oh, thank you for the info. Fix a
Okay.
bug where Nativized atmosphere controller was not correctly initializing some variables, leading to flashing sun color. Can't say I've
Oh,
noticed. Can't say I've encountered this myself.
fair enough.
Nativise some more atmosphere controller update functions. Devs, so not players, devs can now use the force player index is parameter, command line parameter to reload a save file as a different on prospect character, development build only. Very handy for troubleshooting prospects, like sometimes if you have an issue and then devs ask you to send you the prospect file, well, they can't straight away load into the prospect, obviously, because the character is not present in the prospect.
Yeah.
So with this command line parameter, they can proper log their own character in.
Okay.
So very good for troubleshooting buggy prospect files. But again, development build only, so not something we will be able to do.
Okay.
Definitely not something we should do. So fix the lake depth on outpost 9 on red quad. No idea which outpost 9 is, but okay, sure.
We'll find out, I'm sure.
I don't know. I don't play Outpost anymore. I did way back, but no, this was like before open world. I used Outposts to
Yeah.
build, to have persistent bases and everything.
Yeah.
After the introduction of open worlds, I stopped using Outposts.
Yeah. My outpost is currently an ode to the OG.
Yep, with all the old benches in still.
Yeah.
The
And
old electric furnace, which, by the way, uh, uh, in one of the recent missions on, I don't even recall, was it on my new Olympus open world, or was it one of the latest missions in Prometheus? Uh, no, that was in Prometheus, the last mission in Prometheus, last storyline mission in Prometheus before Null Sector. There was a pre-built structure in that mission which had a couple of electric furnaces. The old mesh.
oh, nice.
Yeah. You know, the very small cubicle things.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it was great. It was fucking pocket sized.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one, please.
So added some macro rocks, added moss sands, no material variants for the DLC 2 map. Not sure which DLC 2 is though. Is it Prometheus, or is Prometheus DLC 1 and is this DLC 2 the Dangerous Horizons map, or maybe some other DLC? That I do not know.
We'll find out. No, I've no doubt.
I reckon, to be honest, it's either New Horizons or another DLC.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm sure this one's just for the devs.
Yeah. Add cheats to destroy all or certain deployables and all buildings for the prospect performance testing.
Yeah.
So get rid of all the benches, all the deployables, see what impact this will have on performance. So you can get a bit of an idea like how much performance benches cost.
Yeah.
Or how much performance all the buildables are going to cost. Those
Yeah.
things.
Okay. And this one sounds like a note to self: resave level after file move.
Yeah, they moved some files around and they had to resave it, so it gets into the new build.
Yeah. Remove empty, obsolete sublevels from Olympus.
Thank you for cleaning that up.
Yeah. Clean up remaining outpost 001 file moved to developer folder. So
And
again,
resave the level after that file move, eh?
yeah. And miscellaneous updates to editor tools for profiling. So that's definitely a dev one. Disable CPU access on trees which shouldn't need it. No other trees do.
Not sure what kind of trees they're talking about. Are they talking about like the wooden trees in game, or are they talking about code trees, decision trees, mission trees? I don't know.
Maybe it's a money tree. I don't know. Never mind.
Well, it's a
Possibilities
tree
are
with a
endless.
capital T.
Yeah, I just envision a tree that you got to plug in order to get it to work.
Yeah.
Alrighty, this next one's definitely for you.
Fixed shield stats overriding the main weapon stats. Incidentally, fix the bug where if you equip an item shield and then press the same item slot, it won't bring the hands out. It now correctly does. Could this be related to the bug we had at some point where the shield did not disappear?
That's what. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That it would actually take it away and put the hands back as it should be.
Yeah. Incidentally fix that bug. So I'm working on a bug.
They fixed something
And
else.
then like, oops, I accidentally fixed some other bug as well.
See, there's no mistake. There's just happy accidents.
Exactly.
Okay, fixed foliage RVT mask actor bounds not covering the level properly in Prometheus. Grass should now properly cull when buildings are placed on it. So, okay, so they're not going to like poke through the floor and shit.
Yep.
Okay. Ice sheet prefab cave with double stacked ore removed. Ah.
Yep. There was this. I've seen at least one report indeed of a mineral node there which had like double ore. Was I believe both iron and platinum in the same location. That has been fixed now.
Okay, yeah, I've had one where it looked like oxide and I was mining sulfur or something like that. It was really strange. But yeah, that's good. A bummer now that they've actually changed it because you could get double for a node, but there you go. Fixed second entrance to Volcano Cave on Outpost 9 in Red Quad.
Again, not sure which outpost it is, but apparently
Mm,
there was a cave there which was supposed to have two entrances, one not accessible. They fixed it something to that extent, I reckon.
okay. And they added moss variant materials for the LC cave floors.
I'll see lava something.
Lava cave floors? No.
I don't
Lava?
know.
No.
No, it's an area.
Yeah, okay.
We have lava flows, but I don't know. Or is this like biome? More biome than area. SW for swamp. GL for grasslands. I don't know.
AC for Arctic.
Yeah, we have seen those abbreviations before.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what LC stands for, but whatever.
Oh, well. And now the favourite bit. We're on to future content where we can speculate and imagine to the heart's content.
Now, the first one already addresses something Carl and I were speculating about last week.
Okay.
Breeding. Bulls now have a behavior option to enable fertilization of nearby cows. When the option is set to fertilize, they will now gain a modifier which will start the fertilization process. So we will get breeding.
Yes.
There's going to be a bull, cow, and calf. For the sheep, ram, sheep, and lamb.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're going to get a rooster as well. So we can start breeding chicken. So we can finally safely start using chicken meat instead of right now the only way to get a chicken is buying it from the workshop.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna kill the chicken just so I can eat grilled chicken, because then I
No.
have to buy a new one from the workshop.
Yeah.
If, however, we will gonna be able to breed chicken, that's gonna be a whole different story.
Yeah, because that gives you eggs.
You already have eggs,
Yeah.
but it will allow you to
Breed your own grilled chicken.
yeah, you can then cull your chickens and they will breed and multiply, so you won't run out of chicken, so you don't have to buy a new chicken from the workshop every time you kill one to eat some grilled chicken.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
breeding, nice.
Sounds good.
Which is gonna make me wonder, are we gonna get extra talents for breeding? If so, it might mean create yet another character, because all my characters have spent like about all the talent points already.
Yeah, so you have yeah, you have a farmer and you have a hunter and you have a miner and now we're going to need a farmer.
Yeah, and
Well, I
farmer,
mean, we've kind of
like
got a farmer because you've got the greener grow thing that my character does.
Yeah, I've
Um,
created a character which has a lot of talents into the farmer and into the husbandry talent
yeah,
trees. And then the other talent points I use on other stuff for like mining as usual and such. Now if we are gonna get talents for breeding, maybe I should then respec those talent points I used for mining and put them into breeding. Husbandry.
maybe they'll just add it onto the tree so that if you've got one tree from top to bottom, you get the talent point so you can spend it to open it because they've done that before. If you have a
Yes,
certain level of skill down a particular tree,
it
then
it opens up next talent points to be unlocked. You still would have to spend talent points to get to that particular to unlock that particular talent.
yes, but we've been in a position where they've given us a new talent, but then they've also given us an extra talent point to use on it.
They upped the talent level cap from 50 to 60. When was it with the introduction of Prometheus?
Yeah, but those two,
And as we have seen in the
we
patch
hit that
notes, when
automatically as soon as the
no,
Switch came out.
as we have seen in the patch notes, if you finish that last storyline mission on the Null sector, you will get 3 additional talent points
Okay,
for all your characters,
okay,
past and present and future. So yeah, you will your level cap will increase to 63 talent points
yeah,
as a reward for completing the Null sector missions. Not sure I want to spend those 3 talent points in a potential husbandry talent tree, in which I might need way more than 3. But this is future, this is purely speculation. Uh,
yeah.
we'll have to wait and see, but I do wonder, are we going to get some talents for husbandry as well? We'll see.
Interesting question. So,
Let's see, any more new stuff? Bull setup update has a vestige now. Good, good. Milk. Cows now accumulate milk over time, and when milked, will provide a certain number of liters. It may take multiple objects to milk a cow. A stool and a bucket, and
yeah,
if you do it by hand, or maybe some kind of milking machine where you have to put the cow in and then hook it up, etc.
yeah.
I hope it's going to be like the manual milking though. You ever done that before?
Can't say as I have.
I haven't done it with cows. I've done it with goats though, but the principle is the same.
Yeah,
So yeah, we are going to get milk, cow milking.
cool.
Go get a vestige, adding milk bottle and pail blueprints in recipes. Not sure what pail is though. English is not my main language, so
Pail bucket.
okay, bucket. Okay. Calf, we're gonna get calves, which makes sense, you know.
Yeah,
If you start breeding,
yeah,
skill reduce and skeletal mesh, add correct physical material. Added male and female creature modifier icons. Right now they're unisex, every animal
yeah.
in Icarus.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to start doing some raiding, then yeah, you need male and female indeed.
Yeah. Unless, of course, you're dealing with frogs, but that's a whole nother ball
Hermaphrodites.
game. Anyway.
Yep. I'm not planning on raiding frogs though.
No. Oh, there you go.
Mm,
There's a decent boss for the swamplands. Giant frog.
yeah, what kind of attack we're talking about? Melee attack with like the tongue flinging at you? Yeah, could be.
Yeah, it could try and jump on you, like like
For
try and
that for
splat
that
you.
one we're still waiting on the giant rabbit, huh?
Yeah, we're still waiting on the killer bunny.
Yeah, and that one is going to do the stomp attack.
Yeah,
So for the giant
so
frog,
it could do a
we need another attack.
it could be well, yeah, like throwing out the ton for a distance melee attack. Could be a poison radius. Could have poisonous skin.
Yeah, poisoning on touch. Yeah,
Yeah, it could leave poisonous gloops all over the floor.
balls of slime like the slugs in the swamp do already.
Yeah,
Eh. You want some unique attacks, you know?
yeah. Okay, well,
Yeah. Uh, let's see, windmills. So not wind turbines, but windmills. Huh? Interesting.
windmills.
Add a placeholder proxy message to windmill, update the deployable and attach windmill blades. If this is going to be a new deployable and not another word for wind turbine, if this is going to be a new deployable windmill, what kind of mill we're talking about?
Well,
I'm Dutch, so we know all about windmills.
yeah.
Uh, so is it going to be another power producer, or are we going to use this one to uh,
We
grind flour,
well, it m- m- m-
grind into flour, or
maybe when we harvest, we could put the grain into the windmill and have it create
create flour over time?
create flour over time and give us bags of flour as opposed to little pots of flour that we,
Yep.
you know.
Or we can use it for some water pumping, maybe.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
all
know.
depends on is this going to be a new deployable or just another word for a wind turbine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Assault rifle. Tweaked assault rifle fire rate, durability, required ammo. Something new, horizontal and vertical recoil values. Currently there is no recoil for your guns.
Mm.
Added the ability generic for projectile weapons to define a horizontal and vertical recoil that is applied after firing. So there's going to be a new behavior in game for your guns, recoil.
Okay.
Okay, well, it's going to be opening up a lot of possibilities. Attachments which decrease the recoil, for example,
Yeah.
or maybe skills which decrease the
Maybe.
recoil,
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean, attachments would make sense, really, wouldn't it? You put them into the arms of your pieces, your
or on the
gauntlets.
or on the rifle itself.
Yeah. Could do.
So, yeah. More about breeding. Committing code change to Icarus taming data so we can now specify multiple creatures that juveniles can grow up into. So uh, would indicate multiple creatures breeding.
Yeah.
Again, I'm thinking about bovine, cow, bull, calf, sheep, ram, sheep, lamb.
Yeah.
Hopefully chicken. Hopefully chicken as well. Edit deployable windmill, blah blah. Changing cow, bull, calf, ram, chicken, lamb base classes. So cow, bull, and calf, ram, sheep, lamb. Chicken is in there as well, so maybe. Calf can not grow up into a cow and bull, or can now. I mean, after all, if you're gonna breed, the calf
Yeah,
has to grow up into either a cow or a
yeah,
bull.
we've had that before, haven't we? Where the knot is supposed to be now.
Exactly. So I
Yeah, it
think this is
completely
a type
changes the
I
context of the situation.
exactly. So I'm assuming this is a typo here.
Okay.
So calves can be purchased. Adding sex assignment of a calf once it spawns in.
This should
Will this be random, or will you be able to determine to say like, hey, I want to buy one male calf and 3 females? If it's random, you might end up with 4 males, and then yeah, sorry, mate, still no milk.
yeah.
Tough luck.
Yeah, I just note the complete spelling of that. It should be VES. It's CALVES.
Single versus plural.
Calves. One calf, two calves.
Yeah, but one calf is this correctly spelled for singular?
This is correctly spelt for a singular,
Exactly.
right? This is not correctly spelt for plural.
The one above, yeah, to purchase calves, indeed. What the one above is spelled incorrectly. New Zealand spelling. Sorry,
Yes,
New Zealand spelling calves.
yes. And again, milk pails.
Yeah,
Different spell. It should be PAILS, as in a milk. A pail is basically an aluminium bucket.
the big ones. I know those from way back.
Yeah,
Way back.
yeah. Okay, so moving swiftly on.
See. Any more new stuff? Mm,
Uh,
no, no more new stuff. Or at least not for the people who have been following the patch notes.
no, no. There's quite a lot of new stuff in there for me, but I have been reading in my spare time, so I'm getting the hang of some of it. But just bear with, because it has been way too long since I've done this. But now I'm DPD free. I can get back to normal.
Exactly. So subsequent gameplay will be co-op gameplay again. Yay. Now
Yay!
there isn't really anything to test out. Except null sector. Let's rephrase it. The things to test out is either null sector, which we don't have access to in co-op because it is being unlocked by a mission in the mission tree after the mission that until null sector drop was the last storyline mission. So we have to finish those missions first on co-op before we can even start null sector missions. So in
So,
co-op there will be no null sector. Other new stuff to test out we can do basically everywhere, like the details
yeah.
menu.
So, why don't we just kind of kill two birds with one stone and do a bit of co op play to progress the storyline missions? Because we've not been able to do that because I've been absent.
Exactly, that's what I was working towards. So I suggest we just continue our co-op play
Yeah,
as subsequent gameplay.
yes, we'll do that. That sounds really good to me. Alrighty.
Alrighty.
So not a particularly long update this week, but that's, they've been super busy. So, and
Hey,
it actually it makes a nice intro back to the Let's Discuss playlist, and a nice introduction as well back to co-op play. Looking forward to this, but I do need to take a break because I really need to pee.
still with almost an hour on this discussion, so
It's
yeah,
been a good one.
yeah,
It's yeah, nice, easy reintroduction. It's good to be back. Thank you very much for keeping everybody going on your side.
oh yeah.
Apologies for the absence, but we're back now, back to normal gameplay and back to normal streaming. So Monday, Friday, that's how it is. So we will come back. Uh, can we come back at quarter to the hour?
So 20 minutes from now, still can do,
Yes, that would
can
be
do.
good.
Gives me
Because
time for a quick smoke as well. So
yeah, likewise. So I am going to say thank you very much to everybody who watched, anybody who lurked, and all those who participated in the chat, which is empty, which is not surprising. I've been away for a long time, so that's not a surprise. Thank you very much to Corne for keeping things going over on your channel. Um, Apologies for leaving it entirely up to you, but yeah, I was moving from one career to the other, and I was just super busy and totally swamped, and I had to sacrifice something, and unfortunately the streaming was what I had to lose for a bit. So we'll be back at quarter to the hour, 20 minutes from now. Um, and we'll see you then. So until then, it's good night from me. And I've kind of lost you there for a second. Yeah, he said, sorry, he's doing his outro. That's fine, not to worry. Uh, we will see you in 20 minutes, folks. So, till then, see you soon.